The misty meadows and eerie quiet of Snoqualmie, a tiny logging town in Washington, kind of gives you the creeps.
There's a sort of evil out there. Something very, very strange in these old woods.
The town is the setting for the fictional Twin Peaks, the TV series about small-town treachery. But now, an article in The Star claimed that Snoqualmie is hiding some very dark secrets of its own. The town's respected citizens reply,
Seems like a lot of things happen around this little town.
the tabloid claims serial sex murderer Ted Bundy stacked piles of human heads along the local highway.
A lot of people like to point it out and say, oh, you know, we didn't know that Ted Bundy lived in Snoqualmie. You know, we didn't know that either. We still don't know that.
The article claims gruesome evidence has been uncovered of satanic rituals and mutilated animals.
Certainly a very colorful article and not quite in tune with what we really think goes on around here.
What does really go on? Worse than animal sacrifices? Well, we looked deeper. Would you believe barroom brawling with chainsaws? Oh, shut up! Well, at least the locals have a sense of humor about the chainsaw duels. And over at Big Ed's, home of the Twin Peaks burger, the whole Star article was just a hoot.
This lady thinks she maybe left her chainsaw here last night. What color was it?
Most of the town folk like watching Twin Peaks.
Hey, where's Twin Peaks?
They say the show is just escapist fun that's set in their backyard. And for the most part, the dark side doesn't bother them. But the Star article, they say, is pure fantasy.
That's not our town. It's not. We're so mellow, it's pathetic.
I'm glad you waited. Go ahead. Hang on 1 second. Go ahead. Are you there, caller?
Yes, I am.
Go ahead.
My question is for the cast and for Mark Frost. The show's pretty risque, and I wondered if you had any problems with censorship from the network.
No, not at all. I mean, if you're box clever and are not explicit, you can get away with literally murder on television, and I think we've done that and a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought they were going to actually have problems with me.
Because you're such a...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just didn't do any questioning.
You know, when you come to the Donahue show, you never know what's going to be on.
I'll tell you.
And I'm wearing...
Somewhere up there is Laura Palmer's murder.
That's right. I happen to have this shirt on anyway, but you don't need the marketing, but it would be a great Twin Peaks shirt.
Yes, it would. She's... I assure you there will be one. Yes.
France on it, though.
Yes.
I thought when they did the scene where you supposedly beat your wife, they did it very well because you heard they went away from it, you heard the screaming, but you didn't actually see the violence, which I thought was in very good taste.
That's what I mean about being implicit. I mean, we don't need to see things like that. We know they're going on. So.
Implied it's worse.
Yeah.
Will we find out what kind of a chewing gum Agent Cooper chews?
Geez.
That was my question.
Yeah. To think about that one.
Yes.
What gave you the idea for the show?
Well, we had this opportunity to do a TV show, and we thought we should do a mystery story set in a small town with a lot of mood and atmosphere, and before we knew it, you know, we had Twin Peaks.
Do you think there could ever be a movie about this?
Movie, big screen.
Maybe. There was a Dallas movie years ago, I know, that did about 50 cents at the box office. So.
Yes.
To heck with Laura. Are we ever going to find out who killed the deer?
Everybody, yeah, they all kill deer with chainsaws up there, apparently.
Yeah.
I was wondering where have I seen Macon before? She do a L'Oreal commercial or something?
Have you been, he wants to know if you've done any commercial work.
I've done commercial work. I've done a Sprite commercial in Noxema, and I was on the Baywatch 2-hour movie. What else?
Well, he has seen you before then. Yes. Yes, ma'am.
This show reminds me of the old Peyton Place. Was it taken from that?
It's funny, we went in and met with ABC, and they said, we told them what we wanted to do, and they said, oh, yeah, you mean Peyton Place for the 90s? And we said, yeah, if that's what you want to call it, so.
Yeah.
Phil, I'm not really a big soap fan, but I've often wondered watching these things, if somebody actually sits down in advance and thinks where they're going to go.
Do they know where they're going to go
or does it
before
just develop?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. But obviously you make this up as you go along. I assume you find out which characters get the most mail. You might, I'm sure you're all getting mail.
Sure. Bags of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Twin Peaks, the mystery attendant to its survival has been solved by Mr. Frost, who steps forward to say that, yes, you are picked up for next year, and I think they're going to run it on Saturdays.
Saturday nights at 10.
Saturdays at 10, and we'll be back in a moment.
Wow.
Peggy Piper, Dana Machen, Eric, Cheryl, and Mark, we thank you for letting us have a peek at what we believe is going to become already making its way to the center of our popular culture. We have free glazed donuts. Do I understand this? For everybody in the audience, compliments of those of you who watch Twin Peaks know why. Let me just get this call on here. Are you there, caller?
You know, the murder of Laura Palmer is on stage right now.
Services provided and promotional fees paid by the following.